Well, first and foremost, I pass my deepest condolences to the families that have lost their loved ones. This is a tragedy of enormous proportion, and I think as a country, as my colleague just said, this passes a very harsh judgment on us in terms of our preparedness to deal with disaster. This plane crash could be anything, could have been even a terrorist attack on a plane. Since 2011, I think the country is completely fixated on fighting terrorism and responding to terror attacks. Our special forces and, let me say, the disciplined forces from the KDF to the police, they are all, fixated on responding to a terror attack. So we've put a lot of immense resources in, for example, countering an active shooter like the Garissa incident or the Westgate. And in so doing, I think we are almost to perfection on that end, but then forgot that disaster can be anything else. I asked myself, why did it take so long? That mountain is in Kenya. We have experts in aviation in this country. It was not hard to know where that plane was. In fact, they knew it was the Abadeas. So we have enough men in this country. We have hundreds of thousands of troops in this country. What we needed to do was get into a mode where we decide, hey, we need to get these people. These dear ones who have died could have been, someone could have survived there for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. You
don't buy the excuse by some of the authorities that they feared another accident, so to speak, if they sent helicopters with the sort of visibility that there was.
That is understandable, but they don't need to use helicopters to go there if there's no visibility. They can use, put boots on the ground, put men there. There should be specialized equipment, same as can be in an helicopter that can be carried, man-portable, that can go to the mountain, locate the signals, pick the people. For goodness sake, this was a very harsh judgment on ourselves as a country. And we asked ourselves, there's a forum where I'm with colleagues in security sector. We asked ourselves, what if this was a bigger crisis, like an international airliner that was in the Kenyan airspace and the people were in their tens of hundreds? What would we still do? And then for me, the most weird part of all this operation was to hear, oh, the operation has been called off today. People have to go home until resume tomorrow morning.
That was unacceptable.
Lord God, you're thinking there could be a survivor. They are praying, please God, send something, send somebody. And that is how we are. That's the level of our preparedness. If someone wanted to know how prepared we are for disaster, a friend of mine last evening, we were discussing it over coffee, said, Mbijiwe, what we've learned in this is that in this country, don't you ever get into an air crash, because if you do, 48 hours later, no one will be caring about it.
My goodness.